Now, before printing out your document, you may want to see a preview of it. There are 3 buttons in the lower right hand corner of the status bar. The third one on the right is PageBreak Preview. This shows what will happen if we go to File, Menu and choose Print. As we start to scroll down, we see watermarks that will appear on page 1, page 2, etc. And depending on how many columns of data we're showing, we may have more pages. So to the right there's page 18, 19 underneath that. So this wouldn't be the ideal kind of layout to print this worksheet in this way right now. Now, you might not want to show some of these columns, and just by hiding some of them, the issue of the extra information to the right may vanish. But another way is, say you don't want to show columns K and S as they're basically empty except for the top 2 rows. Drag the thick blue border on the right, point to it, and the 2-way arrow appears. Hold down the left mouse button and drag left. We only want to see the data through here. The last 2 columns will still be on a separate page though, so another option might be to take the dotted line which indicates a page break and drag it to the right. What will happen is that the print will appear smaller, but we haven't yet seen the preview. We can access the preview in a few ways. One way is by going to the File menu and choosing Print. And this will give a preview page by page, and we can see at the bottom how many sheets this will take to print this whole list. So it seems it will take a total of 15 sheets. You'll eventually come to know whether this is effective or not in terms of readability, and is it suitable for a handout or is it just for you, etc. Sometimes you have to consider whether the print will be too crammed or not. One option might be to press Escape to go back into Excel and hide those columns. This allows the text more space on the screen and thus makes it more easy to read. We may not want to show the first few columns like the salary and the benefits right now, so we can simply right-click and hide those columns. Then we look at the print preview, and if you have added a print preview button, we can also access the print preview that way. However, the issue now might be that does it fit, because there's a lot of white space there. So now you can use some of the features available on the screen regarding custom margins, or you may want to try some of the built-in choices here like wider margins. You could go into the page setup and make some adjustments there too. So the idea here is that you have control of what you're printing simply by going to PageBreak Preview and moving these solid blue lines in different ways. Another option here is that you can control these breakpoints here. Probably not a good idea to use it here, but maybe breakpoints if you wanted to even up where there's a change in the data, you can control these. This gives you another approach to printing. When you usually use PageBreak Preview, it doesn't encompass everything you may need to get to when you print, but it is definitely helpful to preview before printing.